Well, today was my first hunt with the Nokta Legend in the water. Went down the creek for about 4.5 hours, and I found a pretty big design flaw with the Legend in the water. I got down there and I'm using my 6-inch coil in the water. Lots of trash. I found some jewelry, found a phone, found some bunch of coins, um, uh, a few relics. And when I first got down there, I dropped the Legend in the water, dug out my first target, and then I pulled it back out of the water. Because when you're hunting in water, you know, you gotta put your detector somewhere. When you're in knee-deep water or waist-deep water, your detector's got to go somewhere. I mean, it can't stay in your hands because you have to have both hands to get targets out, right? So you have to dunk your detector in the water and submerge it, and the water. The Legend is waterproof, fully submersible. But when I pulled it back out of the water, I wasn't getting any tones. So I'm like, what the hell? So I turned the volume all the way up, and I could just barely hear it. I could just barely hear the detector. I was still getting audio, but it was muffled. And so I shook it a little bit and shook it and banged on it. I really don't suggest you guys. It's not really recommended to shake your metal detector or bang on it, but the Legend has this screen here, this mesh screen here, this plastic mesh on the housing, and behind that is the speaker, and water gets behind here, which it's supposed to, you know, it's intended to go back there, but it fills up with water and it holds that water in by capillary action because those holes are, that mesh is just too small. This Legend right here was one of the first machines that was ever produced. So I think it's the same design on the current production model. Usually manufacturers don't change their production design because it's very expensive. So when I brought it out of the water, I wasn't getting any tone, so I was really having to work every target that I extracted out, and I pulled my machine back out of the water. I was having some problems getting my tones back going. So it was really tough to hunt in the water today. I could modify it. I don't recommend modifying it like I'm going to be modifying it. I'm gonna drill 3 holes in the bottom and 3 holes in the top near the speaker, not on the speaker, but on that mesh. Hopefully I don't destroy it. But I don't know if it's gonna void the warranty or not, but pretty big design flaw in that. Something the engineers overlooked, you know. I don't want to be wearing headphones. I want you guys to hear the tones when I'm in the water. And I don't want to have a bunch of cords and frickin' tethers and stuff on everything that I have when I'm in the water. You know, I already have enough. Headphones is just too much, right? Having corded headphones down to your detector. And then you have your detector tethered to your belt, and you have your pinpointer tethered to your belt, so you have all this stuff tethered to you. Because I have to use a pinpointer when I'm in water, because I'm hunting in bricks and rocks, big chunks of concrete, and I cannot use a scoop. So I have to use my shovel and just scoop the stuff away from the hole there to extract my targets out, and I have to use a pinpointer when I'm in water. And you know, normally you don't use pinpointers in water if you're hunting in sand without rocks or whatnot. You can use a sand scoop, but I can't use a sand scoop where I'm digging at, right? I'm a long way away from any sand. But it's a pretty big design flaw. I can modify it. I'll see if I can not destroy this machine by getting some holes in there to make it work right in the water. It's going to be over 100 degrees out for the next few days, starting in a couple days. So we're going to have we're going to have another heat wave here. It normally doesn't get above 90 degrees here in the summertime. Very few times does it get 100 degrees. Last year we had a lot of days over 105, 110, even 117 degrees last year. A couple days we had 117 degree weather, but that was last year. This year it's been really mild. So another heat wave, but I'll have to be in the water, and I'm gonna have to do that drilling tomorrow morning. Drilling some holes in the Legend, the case, modifying the case to make it work in the water, so I can make videos, right? If you're not hunting in the water, I wouldn't even worry about it, right? It works just fine on land. The speaker, I've had a few instances, my buddies, their speakers have failed, but you know, every manufacturer has defects in some machines. You know, there's quality control, you know, but overall the Legend has been really good to me, very, very good. But in the water, you know, that coil, that 6-inch coil, how it's designed with that, the coil ears being that far back, it makes it quite a bit harder to detect in the water. So I might have to modify that too a little bit later on. I'm waiting for that 9-inch coil to come out. I really want that 9-inch coil to come out. I'm really, really excited about that, man. It's just a few more months, you know, a few more months, you know, half a year till they come out. So not good, not good, not good, right? But they can't test every single thing. The engineers can't figure everything out, you know, but the machines are already in mass production. They've already been sold, a lot of them. So if you want to modify it, do it at your own risk. See, the water's still coming out of the holes there, you know, still coming out of that hole there, right? It's the water gets plugged up inside there and it muffles it, right? Just mutes the machine, so you can barely even hear your tones. Even with audio at 6, audio level at 6, still mutes the machine with the water in there. So we'll have to do some drilling tomorrow morning. Stay tuned for that. Hope I don't screw it up like I always do.